With the US presidential election results just round the corner, the debate regarding big tech and its involvement in influencing popular narratives has gained momentum. However, it is not just one country that is now coming to terms with an almost uncontrolled and burgeoning facet of big tech. One that deals with managing information that reaches the public and is achieved through systematic curtailing and simultaneous promotion. Namaste, welcome to New India Junction. I am Nivedita Tiwari, and today we attempt to answer one of the most important questions. If big tech are freely regulating information, should they in turn be regulated? Let us first understand what exactly is big tech and what it has been up to. Big tech, as the name suggests, are ultra-large technology companies, but they aren't just big. Also called the Big Five, they are the most valuable companies across the globe. These 5 companies are also the largest and dominant organizations in IT industry. Some experts have even argued that today it may not be possible to live outside of the day-to-day digital ecosystem created by these companies. The influence that these companies exert therefore has some serious implications when it comes to privacy, market power, free speech, censorship, national security, and law enforcement. These 5 companies, namely Google, Microsoft, Facebook, Apple, and Amazon, have also been accused of withholding particular threads of information and simultaneously promoting others in an effort to influence popular opinion. Judicial departments, particularly in the USA, have argued that regulating these companies is important to protect consumers from the dominant and overbearing behavior generated due to popular demand rather than business success. In the USA, the big tech came under the scanner in 2016 when Facebook was allegedly used to spread misinformation by Russian agents in order to tilt the electoral process. Cambridge Analytica, a political analysis firm from the UK, and its involvement in producing targeted ads based on user data has been quizzed over the months. It is alleged that Cambridge Analytica had been secretly using and hoarding data of US-based Facebook users through a third-party surveying app. This data may then have been used to produce targeted ads based on user temperament, fears, etc. in order to shape popular public opinion. Since then, these companies have been in the crosshairs, particularly due to the Section 230, a law that safeguards these companies from any legal obligation and responsibility for their users' posts and allows them to moderate users' content without being targeted as publishers. Even when the recently concluded investigation has not revealed any major links to the 2016 election process, there have been several malpractices pointed out when it comes to data collection. User-based targeting has ethical concerns when it comes to the political spectrum owing to its ability to divide the electorate into smaller groups. Its deployment, therefore, must be regulated. Very recently, another tech giant, Twitter, made headlines when it started blocking an article by the New York Post that was critical of US presidential candidate from the Democratic Party, Joe Biden. The same article, through a series of emails supposedly obtained from Hunter Biden, his son, implies that the Bidens may have used their influence to strong-arm his appointment to the board of directors of a Ukraine-based company. The NYP report also mentions financial compensations being made to gain access to Joe Biden, who was at that time the vice president of the USA. Facebook had also blocked the circulation of the same post, citing the need to fact-check the same. Now that tech platforms are often viewed as the means to break and even generate important news, their partisan behavior is rightfully being reviewed for antitrust issues. Moreover, with COVID-19 impacting local news engines, many journalists have taken to social media platforms as independent players owing to their vast and multinational outreach. It is interesting to note that these instances of social media platforms policing content being posted and their biased behavior has increased over the years. Where US President Donald Trump's posts have a fact-checking label attached, several tweets by those in opposition along the same lines have been allowed to be circulated with the absence of any such labels. Moreover, many reports have surfaced that allege a bias when it comes to censorship. In the case of USA, big tech companies have been accused of trying to shape political narratives and favoritism by systematically blocking posts or even suspending accounts of known conservatives while providing a free hand to those belonging to the liberal ecosystem. These companies, by strengthening their relationships, may also be trying to gain a dominating voice when it comes to federal and state investigations against their own business and operational practices. Furthermore, Amazon, Google, and Microsoft are reportedly amongst the top 5 contributors to Joe Biden's candidacy. Unbiased? We think not. Following the controversy regarding censorship, Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook, Sundar Pichai of Google, and Twitter's Jack Dorsey had been summoned to appear before a Senate committee to testify against allegations of biased censorship. In the meeting where the CEOs were grilled, a popular statement by Senator Ted Cruz seems to have summed up these concerns brilliantly. While questioning Jack Dorsey, the senator asked, "Who the hell elected you and put you in charge of what the media are allowed to report and what the American people are allowed to hear?" In a dramatic turnaround, Twitter has actually allowed the circulation of the article following statements that they may have been overly enthusiastic when it comes to censorship and agreeing that a re-envisioning of its policies was being carried out. Tim Cook of Apple and Jeff Bezos of Amazon had also been summoned to appear for a similar hearing earlier this year. Over the course of these meetings, the tech giants have repeatedly said that users are in fact solely responsible for their data and are directly in control of it. In a world undergoing digitization at a dramatically quick pace, the statement can be likened to being able to operate a complex machine just because there is a lot of information along with several buttons and knobs available with it. With many governments now imposing regulations like the introduction of intermediaries and local servers, big tech too seems to have stepped up its fight in support of laws guaranteeing freedom from legal responsibilities. However, the debate for free speech as well as the differentiation from misinformation rages on. The signs currently point towards legal hardball and tough negotiations. But in the case of these tech giants, it is a battle that must be waged. Considering these statements, some by former leaders like the remarks made by the former Malaysian Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad, popular social media platforms have to incorporate basic safeguards and especially an unbiased approach. With the CEOs openly denying their influential tactics, the US elections would be a defining moment when it comes to the people's choices. Would free speech triumph over digital influence? We won't have to wait very long for an answer. Keep watching New India Junction. Namaste.